Hey guys, good morning, good afternoon, depending on what part of the globe you're at. Hopefully everybody's doing excellent and it's a beautiful day, and hopefully you guys are achieving and using these teachings, the way the universe works, how God, the universe, our higher mind works, so that you can really start to allow your desires to come into your reality, or so to speak. So today I want to talk about what I call the instant gateway for manifestation, right? So there's a part of our minds that I usually don't talk about a lot, but I'm going to talk about it today because I'm going to help you guys to start to learn to access that part of your mind. And that part of your mind is known as the superconscious mind. So the superconscious part of your mind is what we call the unified field. It's the part of the mind that's connected to all consciousness. Everything is connected to infinite wisdom, infinite knowledge, infinite means, infinite probabilities, infinite creativity, or infinite powers. Okay, this is the mind that we would say govern the quantum world, or this is the mind that's closest to God, or would say. A lot of our famous, or a lot of our creative, or a lot of our I would say our big inventors that changed our history, they all had access to their superconscious mind. Albert Einstein, Leonardo da Vinci, even some of the great Bible prophets, God, the universe, used information, access to their superconscious mind so they can do great things, such as King Solomon, wisdom, King David, some of the prophets that God used, even Noah. These individuals had access to their superconscious mind. And the superconscious mind, one of the gifts of the superconscious mind, is the ability to be able to connect to individuals, meaning the ability to pick things up, the ability to pick energy up, the ability to bring things in, such as maybe you say psychic, empath, clairvoyance. So any individual, and for you guys out there, if you have these gifts, do not be scared of them, okay? These were produced and given to you by God, okay? So it's the universe, it gave it to you. So it didn't give anything imperfect for you to use to create things, okay? Imperfection became a natural way because of our condition and how we develop. But your gifts were given to you for a purpose, to help, to teach, all right? So these are access to the superconscious mind. So what are the benefits of accessing the superconscious mind? Well, the benefit of accessing the superconscious mind is the ability to get things to you in what we call a speed up of time frame. The superconscious mind has the ability to actually bring things to you like that. How's that possible? Well, because just as your subconscious mind works, it doesn't operate in time format. The superconscious mind exceeds that limit. It operates in a non-dimensional. There's no dimension. It operates in what we call a unified space time continuum, meaning that it exists in all dimensions. It knows everything. It knows infinite ways to get you what you desire. Superconscious mind is the mind of knowing. Okay? Subconscious higher mind uses belief structures. Your superconscious mind knows. So the question is, okay, Mark, how can I get into my superconscious mind? Well, the first step is you have to know your minds. You got to know the levels of your mind in order to access that part of your mind. So let's briefly talk about the levels of your mind. So level 1, first of all, there's 4 parts of your mind, 4 phases of your consciousness, all right? So let's break them down. So we have number 1, which is the conscious. I call that the primitive mind that houses what we know as the ego. Remember, the ego is just a part of your mind that has a belief or limitations of who it thinks you are. It's not the real you. Then we move into the second layer of your mind, which we call the psychological filter, or the gatekeeper, that critical divide. It's the part of your mind that filters information between the conscious, and then let's move to the third one, the subconscious. So we got conscious, critical faculty or psychological filter, subconscious, and now we move to superconscious. So where does the higher self comes into this? Well, the higher self serves as that bridge between the subconscious and the superconscious. So your higher self, look at your higher self as the middle guy. It's like, that's known as your intuitive creative mind, the soul mind. So it has access and it gets all its information from who? The superconscious mind, the mind that's connected to all things. Here's a key about your superconscious mind. Your superconscious mind doesn't really reside within your brain, so to speak, or your consciousness, okay? And repeat that, it's very important. Your superconscious mind doesn't necessarily reside within your brain structure. The superconscious mind resides at all times. It's in a unified, it's in what we call the unified field. It's out there in the quantum world. It's just there. And you can plug into it at any time by using your higher self. Okay? So using your higher self to manifest or to allow things to come into your life is quite beneficial, because you can manifest in a timely fashion. But what if you were able to access that superconscious mind? What if you were able to access God-given wisdom, knowledge, discernment? What if you're able to access ideas, creativity, that you can start a business, that you can get anything you desire? That would be spectacular, right? Of course. So how do we access it? Well, the first thing we have to do, guys, we have to what we call at least master the different layers of our mind. I don't mean total domination, but at least have some sort of accomplishment or some sort of control. So because everything resides and everything operates in an energy form base, all right? And everything that we create or that we see created are created from energy and waves, quantum particle waves. You know, your superconscious mind operates in that. It knows every single thing. It has infinite possibilities. So, you know, when I say the word infinite, our minds can't grasp it. It's just impossible. So Mark says infinite. What do you think of? You cannot. Our minds are just not made to grasp it. Our primitive conscious mind is not made to grasp infinite. But your subconscious and higher mind are connected to that superconscious, and they can grasp all the infinite possibilities that can bring to you. So the first tip is know the minds, how they work, how they can stop you. And to begin this, the perfect format is what I set up on the website, www.markahan.com. You can go through those free courses, learn all the phases of your mind. And once you master those phases of your mind, then you will have a clear understanding of how to access the superconscious. So in this video here, I'm just going to touch basically, I'm not going to get too deep into the superconscious. I'm going to give you an overall premise of how it operates, so that you can have an idea, so that when you're ready and you feel you're able, then you can start to access it. Okay? So first tip to access your superconscious, we have to get the ego out, so to speak. We have to get it under control. That's tip number one. Number two, we have to remove those blocks, those limiting core held subconscious beliefs. Because how they affect, they affect you connecting with your superconscious mind, because they create energy resistance. Okay? Energy resistance. So that's the first step we have to remove. And then once we have those removed, now we have your higher self, which serves as that buffer between you and that superconscious mind. Okay, now what happens is the superconscious mind communicates through creativity, ideas, and intuitive premises, intuitive actions. That's how your superconscious communicates. Here's something about your superconscious. Your superconscious doesn't take your commands or anything like that, okay? Here's why. Because the superconscious already know everything you desire. So it knows that, and it uses your higher self to filter that information down to you. So there's really no need for you to try to figure out, how can I get my superconscious mind to get me this or get it? It already knows it. So all you have to do is you have to kind of, what I call, go into a meditation, which I'll do a video on that later on down the line, how to get into the superconscious. But you go into that meditation, now your superconscious is going to communicate to you. That's pretty much what you do. You just pretty much sit there, and when it communicates, it's going to give you ideas. You know, Albert Einstein used to do this. That's how he developed his theory of relativity. He would sit in his office for about 2 hours, close the door, the blinds are all shut, and he'd sit on his chair in total darkness, total silence, nothing. He just sits there. And what happens? He gets access to his superconscious, because the mind now will communicate. He shut out all the negative chatter, the thinking. He would communicate, he would shut that out, so he would have access to his superconscious. This is how he was able to become so intelligent. This is how he was able to form all our ground base for how our universe works. This is how he was able to develop all these theories of relativity and time concepts to show us how everything works. You know, without Albert Einstein theory of relativity, we wouldn't have satellites, wouldn't work, your GPS systems wouldn't work. Okay, these are all from the theory of relativity. So let's talk about how it creates now with manifestation, how things get into your world. Now remember that, you know, we talk about manifestation. I want to be careful with this term. When you say manifestation, it's creating or something coming into existence. But the truth of the matter is, guys, is that we really want to start to use the words allow. Because the truth is, you already have everything you desire. And I'll say this again. And for you guys who are new to this channel, remember, this is not a coincidence you found this channel. It's a purpose here. I am here to give you the insight, the wisdom, and the knowledge so that you can create and expand your life, raise your consciousness, and create a wonderful, prosperous, abundant life, because it's truly there for you. And the science is really astounding because the science backs it up. See, the thing with science is this, is science, you can prove things, you know? These things that we can prove. We can prove our quantum particles create, now they come into our reality. So here's the first fact I want you to keep in mind, guys, when you want to access anything into your reality. Number one is this: you must become aware that you were programmed backwards. You were programmed, your society, our society, your teachers, your family, the environment, everything you were taught is backwards. You were taught the wrong way. Your brains were programmed for lack, for scarcity. Did you know that it's literally impossible, and it goes against the laws of physics, for struggle and scarcity? Did you know that? Did you know struggle and scarcity defies the laws of quantum physics and quantum mechanics? So what am I saying? In layman's terms, struggle and scarcity is unnatural. Here's the reason you struggle, and here's the reason you live in scarcity, is because you were taught to believe that. And because your beliefs create your paradigm, your perceptions of reality, and your subconscious higher mind now will prove it to you. But the fact of the matter is impossible. Let's talk about the science. Let's talk about how the science works on this. Look at quantum particles. They do not struggle to pop in and out of existence. They do not struggle to materialize things. A matter of fact, a quantum particle can be in two places at the same time. This is known as quantum superposition. They don't struggle for that. Okay? What else? Scarcity. Wrong. False. There's no such thing as scarcity. Another program you were taught. Scarcity goes against the laws of the universe. Why? Because everything is infinite. Energy exists in infinite abundance. Quantum particles exist in infinite abundance. So let's get back down to a human level. Money exists in infinite quantum particles. It's all energy. So there's no such thing as scarcity. Okay? It's against universal laws. But because of how you were taught and teach, you know, this is what you became your reality. See, somebody knew this. There was some smart people out there that knew this and say, wait a minute, you know, everybody can't learn to become a successful creator of their own reality. So, you know, I'm not here to debate any conspiracy. I'm not here to say it's just a big agenda. But what I'm here to say to you is to show you the facts of how the universe creates and how our laws work to get what you want. So the fact is that we were all programmed backwards. The things you learn and I would learn and taught were there to keep you in a scarcity mindset, for control. Okay? The Bible is one of the perfect examples of this. The Bible showed us that scarcity is wrong. It's there, it's in the books. You know, we talked about this in my previous videos about certain verses that were edited out. So, but the beauty of this is now we have the science. We have the proof of all these things. Okay? So, big key here, guys. For you to allow what you want to come into your, right? Here's the key. Remove or disengage what is known as that ego. Okay? Recondition and deprogram that subconscious limiting belief. Once you get those out, now we can access your true source. And now you're connected to that superconscious mind. Once you're able to access your superconscious mind, now all you do is you basically put it out and you sit back. Basically, you sit back and you relax and watch it unfold in some amazing ways. See? The reason it will unfold in amazing ways is because once you've negated and disengaged that ego mind, you won't have to worry about how or when and that time concept, right? So this is why it's important for you guys to really move up so you can get to that point. Because when you get to that point, man, you know, everything you're seeing right now, guys, is just an illusionary concept of your brain. That's all. Your brain is just an organ that uses things. You know, the subconscious mind is located in the right side of your brain. That's known as the creative side. Now, your superconscious mind, you won't find it within your brain because it exists right now in all different phases. It's the closest you'll ever get to God's mind. Close, not there. That's the closest you'd say that, okay? And when you can access that part of the mind, your whole reality can shift and change. Now you're able to get anything you desire. Now you can bring in wealth, happiness, relationships. And the key, I'm going to give you the big key now. is to get to superconscious mind. And really the key to get anything you desire, guys, is you have to start to practice meditation. Meditation is not this hobogue thing where you cross your legs and say, no, that's not meditation. All meditation is a silent connection with your higher self, which in next place, your higher self connects with that superconscious mind. That superconscious mind brings all things into your reality for you to experience, whether it be lottery jackpots, money, house, car, everything. Okay guys, this is a key point I want you guys to really understand. Now here's another big tip I want to leave with you guys. Always remember that your reality exists in two states at the same time. We call state one waves of probabilities. I call that the default state. This is the state where you don't have any idea what you're creating. So you put yourself into a chance, a reality of fate, of luck, okay? When things happen to you, you blame God. When things happen to you, you blame your boss. But the fact is, it's a default state, and it's incorrect. You cannot do that because you were given free will. It's ignorance. That's why you're not aware of what you're doing. So you put yourself in that. The second state of reality is when you're deliberately aware of creating. That's known as actuality. This is where you can take control. It's just like driving a car. You're in a car, you're driving your car, you have control. Now you know where you want to go. Okay, I want to make a right turn on this street. I want to make a left turn up here. You're in control, okay? The default state is somebody's driving you, and they're taking you wherever they want to go. If you want to go to 6th Street, the guy driving the car says, no, I'm going to 7th Street. See, you have no control. So keep in mind those two states. So how do you pick a state of reality? Well, it's very simple. To get into the state of reality that you desire, it's all using your mind, your perception. Remember, this is what they didn't teach you again. This is what I call the programming of our minds. Remember that anything you focus, here's a big tip. Anything that you focus the most with thought energy, with focus, with seeing it in the mind, in visuals, format, it must manifest or come into reality. Why? Let's go back into the subconscious, how it works. First of all, your subconscious mind doesn't know the difference between good or evil. I used this example before and I'll say it again. If you want to be a professional bank robber or the greatest heistman or bank robber in the world, and you visualize it and you see it, your subconscious mind is going to create the opportunity for you to pull it off. It doesn't know the difference. If you want to be the greatest and successful business person, your subconscious mind is going to pull off the opportunity for you to do it. Why? Because all its primary focus is to prove to you what you put into it. Now, of course, you have to face the consequences. So if you're going to rob a bank, what's the consequences? You're going to get followed by the police, trailed down. You probably won't get no sleep because you'll be worrying all the time. Okay? So that's the difference with your subconscious. So must remember that when you put whatever you put your thought and focus to, it must materialize. It has to. That's how the universal laws are created. But here's the key I want you to remember. Notice I said whatever. So that it means even the bad stuff. So if you're constantly a person that's focusing on lack or worrying about how you're going to get this, or how you're going to get that, or I don't have enough money, or why can't I win the lottery, or this, that, your mind literally is going to prove that to you. Why is it going to do it? Well, it's going to create and orchestrate a reality of those things to come into you. That's when you'll never get to win. You'll never get these things because your mind literally believes this is what you want. It must prove it to you why you don't have these things. That's how it works. Now, once you can master this part of the mind, which is to change your thoughts and focus only on what you desire, then you can access your superconscious. And once you access your superconscious mind, it's always there. Now you'll be driven by intuitive action, nudges, inspired creativity, ideas. Your mind will literally create the ways for you to get anything you desire. And just some few simple formats you apply this in. This is where the coaching program comes in. This is what I do. I get you through those phases of your mind so that you can access that superconscious mind. Once you access your superconscious mind, there it is, guys. You can get everything you want to desire. So yeah, so that's the keys, guys. So remember, learn the layers of your mind. And the website created for you guys to teach you so that it benefits all of us, because when you raise your mind and your consciousness, we all benefit because we're all connected as one. The energy will reciprocate and we'll all benefit from that. So yeah, visit the website, sign up for the courses. Now the coaching program, I'm working on a better format, and around August I'll be able to take more students, but I'm going to create another format where I can get a lot of you guys so I can help you more to access that. But there's a lot of information here throughout all my videos. Free information, use it. I have many testimonies of individuals that are using these new they're not new, but they're just put in a different format that and individuals didn't show you. Nobody showed you a blueprint of your mind. And you can see how it's working, because why? Because this is the nature of reality and your universe. Also, if I want to leave you one thing, here's the biggest tip, guys. Struggle, scarcity, it's not real. It's impossible. It goes against the universal laws. Okay, let me repeat again. Struggle and scarcity is unnatural. The reason you do it is because you were taught to believe it. If you believe it, your subconscious mind must prove it to you. It's that simple. But now you know the facts. Now you know that the universe exists in infinite quantum formation. You can have anything. Now you know the fact that there's no struggle. Quantum particles, the thing that materializes the house, the car, you and me, it has no struggle. It easily, effortlessly goes in and out of existence, okay? So these are some big tips I want you to leave you guys with, okay? And so, happy manifesting. Remember, use those layers of your mind. Visit that website, www.markahaunt.com. Enroll in those courses. Learn the blueprint of your mind so that you can teach somebody else, and you guys can manifest and create and allow all your desires to come to pass, all right? Thank you, guys, and we'll talk again. I'll definitely make some more in new videos. Now, also, you know, leave some ideas in the comment section of some videos that you guys would like me to do to help you out more, because I've been getting a lot of emails on certain areas that you definitely like help. So leave some ideas of some topics that you would like me to help you guys with so that you can create better. You know, whether it be detachment, feelings, emotions, anything of that, leave them in the comment section. And if most comments I get in a particular subject, I'll create a video and content so to help you guys. All right? Okay, guys, thank you, and we'll talk again.